What's up, everybody? This is Clint from the Diehard MMA Podcast for Odds.com. Make sure you check out UFC Vegas 21, the podcast. Click the link below. Head on over to Odds.com. Check it out. We broke it all down with my boy Gianni, the Greek. We got some really good stuff this week. Hit the link. Hit the like. Good luck on all your action. You have a great week. Next fight up, co-main event time. Light heavyweight fight. One that I'm pretty stoked on, actually. Misha Cirkunov, 15-5, taking on Ryan Superman Spann, who is 18-6. This fight has got me all kinds of twisted, Gianni. Misha is a killer. This is a killer be killed first round fighter. He comes out the gates like a bat out of hell, and he either destroys his opponent or he gets himself wrecked. He's training at Extreme Couture for the most part, but he did a tour out at City Kickboxing, apparently. He's coming off of a bit of a layoff, another one of these slightly older fighters where that layoff could be a good thing. Maybe his body is healed up a little bit. Could be a bad thing. Maybe he's got some injuries or something like that we're not super stoked on. But he's talking about getting back to his wrestling. He seems like a guy that kind of lost his way, fell in love with his striking, got knocked out a bunch of times. And then as soon as he goes back to the grappling, gets a win over Jimmy the Brute Crute, which is a big, big win these days. Jimmy's looked like he's absolutely legit, and he got handled on the mat by Misha Cirkunov. So a high-level submission artist, taking a big step down in competition, in my opinion. Ryan Spann is another one of these big heavyweight prospects, and I mean big like physically speaking. He's huge in there for 205. He's got a sneaky good guillotine. He looks like a knockout artist, but most of his wins are actually by submission. Big, plodding dude on the feet, low output, but he explodes with big, big power. Problem is, he's willing to accept that bottom position. He's got bad takedown defense, and he can gas out late. This is a guy that's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage here, but he lost in a kickboxing fight to Sam Alvey at 205, which is a big, big red flag. The record says he won. I bet him that night, Gianni. He lost that fight.
Yeah, he didn't win. He didn't beat Alvey. No way.
He didn't beat Alvey. That was a bad decision. And I was holding...
It was the takedown that they gave it to him.
I was holding a Spann ticket, and I'm telling you right now, I got away with one that night. And this is a spot where Misha Cirkunov, Spann is getting a lot of love. A lot of people are looking to fade Misha Cirkunov, and it's another short favored or pass spot for me. I feel like Misha Cirkunov is the only side I could look at here. Minus 135 for him. If this fight hits the ground, he's going to have a huge, huge advantage. And if he comes out and goes to that wrestling like he's talked about, then I don't see how Spann is going to put up much of a fight here. But Spann's only plus 115. What am I missing, Gianni?
I agree. I like the Cirkunov side. I really do. Again, I would have rather have minus 125 opener than minus 140, but I think it's still plus EV in this spot. And the reason is obvious. Like you said, I think with Spann, he's been overvalued. His record looks good here in the UFC 5-2. He closed the dog only once. He's winning fights he was supposed to win. And like you said, I'm not even too sure they were all wins. Definitely not the Alvey one. The fight he was a dog, you saw he got knocked out by Johnny Walker. I like Cirkunov in this spot. The analytics for Cirkunov are off the charts. If you see his lands more significant strikes with a higher accuracy, gets hit less, and defends better. Almost 2.5x the takedowns per 15 minutes, 71% takedown defense, more submission attempts. Everywhere in the analytics, he beats them. And I don't even think the price is too high. The one negative, he hasn't fought in a little bit, coming off a layoff, and not having fought in 2020. That's the one knock. Otherwise, I like the Cirkunov side. I don't think, the age difference is that much. The reach advantage isn't that great, So for me, I think you could overcome both those things. I like Cirkunov. I don't think the price is high enough. I think a finish, too. We know both losses for Spann came by finish. Every one of Cirkunov's fights have been a finish. The judges could probably hit the snack stand for this one. Yeah, I like Cirkunov inside the distance.
Fight doesn't go to decision is minus 400 on this one.
Yeah. That's why Cirkunov inside the distance, plus 120. Not the worst. You're getting a favorite at plus money. That's, I doubt he's going to go to a decision.
Yeah. I mean, the way that we've seen Spann gas out, if you're underneath Cirkunov, you're not lasting 5 minutes. There's no way he lets you off the hook if you're tired and you're on your back for 5 minutes.
And I'm not sure how Cirkunov looks in the second round. He hasn't been there since 2016.
That's very true. So I guess why are we not looking at the 1.5, Gianni? I'm not a big fan of 1.5, so I like 2.5s better. But in this fight,
no, let me tell you, that's the psychologically, that's what we think. But statistically, most fights in mixed martial arts end in the first round, end early. In fact, there's a 30% chance almost of a finish in round 1. By round 2, it's cut in half. So if you get out, if you last 5 minutes, the likelihood of you going the distance doubles in that next round. So when I bet unders, that I don't sweat that much. And also that's why more times than not, I know sharp guys are going to be like, why did you say that? I'll put that. If you're going to bet the under, bet the under 2. If you're going to go under 2.5 as opposed to no, you know what I mean? Like you're getting more value.
That 2 minutes and 30 seconds
isn't worth the price you're paying for it. Long term, it's not. The money you're saving by going under 2.5, the difference more times than not, long term, you're going to make out better going under 2.5, higher ROI than the no, even though you're getting 2.5 minutes. They charge you too much for it. Almost like buying a half a point. Almost like buying a half a point in sports. Sure, they'll give it to you because you pay too much for it. Try to do it on 3 in college football or NFL. They're going to charge you 25, 30, 35 cents, not 10, because they know it's worth more. Again, you're not getting any extra value. You're paying for it, but you're not getting it.
I agree. And how many, I mean, even us diehard MMA fans, how many, last minute finishes can you think of? Derek Lewis coming back with 1 second left on the clock. Like if you're getting to the 2.5 mark, it's probably going to the cards. There's very, very few. There are a couple of examples, but more often than not, if it's getting finished under 2.5, it's not happening at that last second.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what the data shows. 100%. And even when you compare it to the betting line, they've always charged too much for it.
Absolutely. So, all right, we're in agreement here. We like the Misha Cirkunov side. It looks like some money's actually coming back in on Spann, so we might be able to snipe that minus 120. We might be able to pay a little bit better of a price. And then the under 1.5 is about minus 135, minus 140 at this point. And I might be on that one. I don't think that's a bad spot to be, because if Misha Cirkunov can't get the takedown, Spann probably sleeps him. If Cirkunov does get the takedown, I think Spann's in trouble. So I think this will be a 1-round fight myself.
I like it. We're on the same side. Cirkunov and under.
All right.